we just talked in a video prior to this about reading and how you focus on different aspects of your life and you go out and you unlearn things and you rebuild those parts of your life from the foundation up. And something else that's not that topic exactly, but it's along the same lines of that, is different routines that you can have that are going to benefit you. So recently, I bought this product, and this is not an advertisement, but I bought this product. It's a plastic type of platform, and it curves, and you can adjust the curvature of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you lay down with your back on it, and it bends your back, and it helps to align your spine, and it helps to, as you walk, as you go through your day, you're upright all the time, and your spine compacts into itself.
Right.
And so when you do this, when you use this product, it's recommended that you use it 5 minutes a day.
Okay.
And it will help to stretch out your vertebrae. It will help to align your spine. And I have been using it, and I've noticed some benefits of using that. I feel good, using it after 2 days. And this is just a routine that somebody could have. Some other things that, a routine obviously could involve buying a product or not, or it could just involve doing something for free all the time, every day, regularly. But the cool thing about routines is that routines oftentimes are accumulative.
They are accumulative.
Yes, they are accumulative. So in other words, let's say you have a routine of eating this diet that's a healthy diet and a nutritious diet that gives you all the nutrients that you need. And over an accumulative process, you may be losing weight, you may be having stronger bones, you might be getting better eyesight, you could be clearing up on your acne, or there's just a multitude of different effects that can happen over a period of time just because of the accumulation that happens from the routines.
Right. It's
So
an extremely powerful thing.
it's an extremely powerful thing. Now, the other side of this is oftentimes we have been bombarded with harmful routines. So I used to drink about minimum 2 sodas a day.
Yeah, I used to do the same.
Okay. And I didn't stop drinking sodas because I wanted to lose weight. But I was overweight. I was pretty overweight, not badly overweight, but I was noticeably overweight. And when I stopped drinking sodas, I did it for dental health. But then over a period of time, that accumulation, and notice the effect is the same. The effect is the same as cutting out a harmful routine over time. It also has an accumulation
Right.
effect that having a beneficial routine also has an accumulative effect.
Right. And this is an important thing to notice, that you have a routine whether you realize it or not. Are those routines in general beneficial to you or not?
Right, and as I was saying earlier, society has bombarded us with harmful routines. And as a result, we have a large number of people who feel like they're helpless. They feel like they're victims. They feel helpless because they think this is the normal way life is supposed to be. And what they're not realizing is that these routines have been projected on them by society, and it's to their detriment.
Right. So one of the important things for our tacticians out there is to figure out what is the vision of themselves. And part of that is finding a daily vision of what your life is supposed to kind of be like on a daily basis. Now, it's easy for you to come up with some superhero like idea, like I'm going to wake up at 5 in the morning and I'm going to go on a 3 mile run and then I'm going to get 20 things done before breakfast and, right? These sort of unrealistic routines. Look, there's just three, you just need to do some very simple changes to get routines going. They don't have to be more than one, it could be two, whatever is comfortable to for you to start seeing some major effects. So, for example, about a year ago, I went to a wedding and there I got to see all these people that were my peers and they were doing so well. And I wasn't doing so great, you know. I don't know when you'll see this, but from this date, from where we are right now. And so it was a wake up call to me. And one of the things that I could take control of was one, adding units of order into my life. That was like making my bed when I woke up in the morning, right? Because when I came back home, at least there would be that something nice for me to get into and relax in, right?
Right.
But another thing that I was able to do, two other units of order I was able to implement immediately was one, what I drank and ate, and two, my body, do I exercise or not? And just making these three simple changes had huge effects on my whole life. My energy levels, how I felt about myself, how other people viewed me, how much confidence that I had in my abilities, because, you know, there's an accumulation of your own personal self feeling of ability, right? Like your ability to do something. Because every time you do it, every time you're able to work on these little routines, no matter how simple they are, you start stacking these blocks and you have evidence, you know, after a week, after 2 weeks, after 3 weeks, and you just keep stacking these little units of order in your life, and you're slowly removing these other units of chaos from your
Right.
life. And as you do that, you get this sort of sense of like, wow, I can accomplish, and you can see something. And, you know, I couldn't see any changes in my body in the first, you know, month, right?
But it's accumulative.
But it's
And
accumulative.
after some time, it becomes extremely obvious.
Right. Like
Benefits.
I couldn't even run a lap. You know, I'd go to the track. You know how we go to the track over here?
Yeah.
I'd go to the track and I could run the curve and then I had to like walk like the 100 meters to the next curve and then I would jog that and I'd be like all out of breath and then I'd walk the next 100 meters, right?
Right.
But in my mind, I had this destination, this like a time and a place that I wanted to get to. And eventually that quarter of a lap became a quarter of a mile. And then that quarter of a mile became a half a mile.
Right.
Then it became a mile. And then I was running 3 miles. And then I was running twice a day. Then I started adding other exercises in. Then I started adding sports in. Right? And then all of a sudden, my exercising plus my healthy dieting, because I started changing the way I eat, I wanted to eat. And you know what? The goal wasn't to lose any weight. Just like your goal wasn't to stop drinking soda to
lose weight. It wasn't.
Right? My goal was I had this vision of this man, right? I had this vision of this man. And I was like, I'm going to get there. That's me. It wasn't like a vision of some unknown superhero like person out there, some fictitious person. It was a vision of me. A vision of me. And I was like, why is there a disconnect between my vision of what I should be, of who I know I am, and where I am?
Right.
And how have I gotten closer and closer to that? These routines. And they're
Right.
extremely powerful for any person. Remember, there's three little things that you could do right now that we talk about this over and over in our videos. Is one, you know, you need to have a good work ethic. And if you have that work ethic, it makes making these changes and to have these routines easy for you to do. You have to make a choice to take out the routine, the negative routine, or you have to make the choice to put in the good routine. And how do you know you've made a choice? You know you made a choice when there is when there's a motivation for the change to happen. Like, I'm gonna go do that, right? Because if you can't just be like, well, I'm gonna go do that, but there's nothing there, then there's no choice that has been made. A
Right.
choice, it means that action is happening. Okay, and then you have to be bold. You have to be bold. You can't be, if you have been embarrassed to go to a gym or to join a gym, right? You have to be bold and just go, right? If you never liked wearing shorts and where you live is hot, and if you need to go jogging or something and you know you feel uncomfortable, you just have to be bold and go ahead and do what you have to do to start those routines for yourself. So these are three little tools that you can use right now wherever you're at to help you implement these routines in your life.
So there's three elements of this that we're looking at. One is the vision. What is your end goal? What is your mission? What is it that is driving you in life every day? The second thing is what routines, identify those routines that have been projected on you by society that are to your detriment, and take action today to remove those harmful routines from your life. And then the third element is identifying the positive routines that are going to give you that effect of going on and completing your vision and starting to implement those in your life. And it can be simple, it can be one, two, it could be taking one or two routines out, adding one or two routines in. And this is a very important concept. We would like you guys to leave a comment below and tell us about your routine. Tell us about a harmful routine that you are taking out of your life right now. Tell us about a routine that you've identified as something that's going to help you complete your mission. And if you guys want us to talk about a certain routine, of course, leave that in the comment below. Help us get to our first 100 subscribers and keep watching for those topics.